That's
Before-
yeah. You're lying.
That's him. What was he expecting him to look?
No homo. That nigga's fine. What?
X.
It's John Smith. What's up, guys?
Welcome to the channel.
Another Unorthodox interaction.
Welcome back.
I got him. Another Unorthodox reaction.
Unorthodox reaction. Unorthodox
Intro, cold opens. This is what we do. We're back again with another reaction.
And
This
today we've got Young Nun the Source God. That Girl Was Trouble, animated story. So we're here to check out the infamous Bianca. Yeah.
I think it's gonna be good because the last story was good. Let's go.
I don't know what that means.
Yeah, sorry guys, wasting your time.
Girl and I turn back around, and then there's a brief pause, just a few seconds. But in that moment, I knew that she was not happy. She says, "So that's who's moving in with you." So I'm like, "Babe, come on. She's not moving in with me. She's just gonna be living in the same house as me. It's a big house." But baby girl was not having it, man. Her what the meter was already at max.
I was gonna say, is that him?
Yeah. I forget you don't know what he looks like.
That's him.
Yeah.
You're lying.
That's him. What was he expecting him to look?
No homo. That nigga's fine. What?
X.
Rated S for Source, bruh.
What? I'm not even gay. I'm straight. Like, I'm 100% straight. Freaking hell, bro. Put some clothes on.
Now, if you watch my last animation, you know for a period of time I was living with one of my homies named Quinn, where I was staying in his sister's room while she was away for college. This is before YouTube, back when I was still in school. So one day I was chilling out in the koozie with my girlfriend. Then in the distance, I could hear a lot of commotion going on in the house. A little time passes, and then my homie Quinn walks out to the koozie to holla at me. So I'm like, "Yo, what's going on inside?" And then Quinn was like, "Oh, didn't you know? Bianca's moving in today." So I'm like, "Oh, that's right, Bianca." You see, a couple months back, Quinn's mom had told us that one of her friend's daughters was going to be staying with us for a few months. She was joining the military and needed a place to stay while she was waiting to go to boot camp. Now, when she told us, I didn't even think about it, right? I didn't ask questions. I was just like, all right, like I didn't care. So fast forward back to that day, I had completely forgotten that she was even moving in. Anyway, Quinn goes back inside and I turn around to continue hanging out with my girlfriend. Some more time passes and then I hear Quinn's mom in the background say, "Hey Don, say hi to Bianca." So my girl and I turn around and there she was. Now, I don't know why, but this whole time I thought Bianca was gonna be like this 27-year-old unattractive woman, right? That was just what I had in the back of my head. And I think that's also why I wasn't curious at all about who she was or what she looked like. Well, that was not the case. I turn around and before me and my girlfriend stood this 20-year-old baddie, okay? How dare she? She starts to walk over and listen, I love my girl, okay? To this day, never loved a girl more in my life. But at the end of the day, I'm just an. So as she's walking over, I do the full sweep, okay? The full sweep from top to bottom, analyzing how attractive this girl is. And look, it wasn't on purpose, okay? This is software that is built into every straight man's brain. Like, it only turns off for family members and children. It takes like 0.6 seconds.
100%.
It was completely out of my hands. This girl had long, beautiful hair, blue eyes, smooth skin,
You see how I was waiting. When you agreed to that,
I'm joking.
gorgeous face, and oh, she was thick, boy, thick as f. She comes over and introduces herself, everyone shakes hands, and then she goes back inside. My girl and I turn back around, and then there's a brief pause, just a few seconds. But in that moment, I knew that she was not happy. She says, so that's who's moving in with you. So I'm like, babe, come on. She's not moving in with me. She's just gonna be living in the same house as me. It's a big house. But baby girl was not having it, man. Her what the meter was already at max, so she was not amused at all. But me being a good boyfriend, I was like, babe, it's not like we're gonna be roommates or anything. Look, I'm going to school full time, I work full time, and whenever I'm not doing either of those things, I'm with you. So don't worry about it. I won't even have time to talk to her, much less do anything that's gonna make you mad. And listen, I even think she was all that cute, you know what I'm saying? Plus, kinda on the chunky side, if you know what I'm saying. So don't worry about it. You see that right there? That's called
Lying.
That's what a good man does. When your girlfriend feels threatened by some other female that's now in your life, you should do anything to make sure that she feels secure in herself and her beauty as a woman, and make sure she knows that nothing could ever threaten the bond that you have with her. But I knew I was lying. One, Bianca was definitely very attractive, and two, in 2010, a magnitude 7 earthquake struck the island of Haiti. It completely devastated the country, reducing thousands of buildings to rubble. It claimed the lives of over 230,000 people, and it only took 35 seconds. My point being, it doesn't take that much time to ruin everything. But I managed to put my girl at ease, and we continue with our day. Now, I meant every single word that I told her about her not having anything to worry about, because I'm a good guy, and at the time I suffered from a chronic case of nice guy syndrome. I was determined not to pay this Bianca girl any attention. So I did just that. We were very short with each other in passing, and on top of that, she was also going to school and work full time. Sometimes days would go by and I wouldn't see her. She was like a ghost, which was perfect. Fast forward a month later, and my girl and I are having problems. By then, we had been together for a few years, and we had racked up our fair share of fights. This was also around the time that I took my first swing at YouTube. I was making computer programming tutorials, cause that was my major in school at the time. But as you can tell, I'm not doing that anymore. But still, I was really preoccupied with trying to figure it out, and we were seeing each other a lot less often. We were also fighting a lot. So eventually it got to the point where I was like, okay, let's take a break. So we broke up. Some time passes, maybe like a month or so, and then Quinn's mom puts everyone in the house in a group chat to figure out dinner. So I'm responding, and then it occurred to me, oh, that's Bianca's number. Because even by then, I still didn't even have her number, because I didn't see the point, because again, I'm a good guy. So Quinn says something like, hey, let's go eat tacos. But then Bianca was like, oh, I'm going out with friends tonight. I'll probably just eat with them. So then I replied, just as a joke, oh, what? Are you too good for tacos now? And then she said something slick in return. Something like, oh, what? Are you gonna miss me or something? Huh? What do you mean, am I gonna miss you? I don't even know you. We live in the same house, and I don't.
And he said, he was like, oh my God, she liked me. That's what I would have been like in my head. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. You
I don't even know your last name. I wasn't gonna take that shit lying down. So I text her separately something slick in return. Something like, oh, please, you ain't shit.
Oh.
Now, was that necessary? No. Did I subconsciously know that I was possibly opening a door that I probably shouldn't? Yes. So why did I do it? Because I'm an idiot. So thus begins our back and forth via text. Fast forward to later that day, guess who's home for tacos? So we all eat, and then after I say to both,
that means she ditched her friends.
I told you. I told you, bro. Bro, what? She was smooth with it, though. It's me.
Quinn and Bianca, hey, let's watch something on Netflix. We end up picking The House of Cards, which, all Kevin Spacey allegations aside, great series. Turns out though, Quinn had already watched it, so after a few nights of watching The House of Cards with us, he stopped coming through. And now, it was just me and Bianca on the couch
That's a real
by ourselves.
That's a real wingman right there.
Watching Netflix. And at first, you know, it was pretty chill. We were just watching the show, but then one night we were watching The House of Cards and it was unusually chilly. So we decided to share a blanket that was just sitting on the couch. So we're under the blanket, but there was still definitely space between us, you know, like a good 2 feet of couch, completely uncharted territory. So there we are watching Netflix, and then she slowly starts to take over the blanket, not even trying to get me to come close to her or anything. Just being a woman.
I
Said it. Don't act like you don't know what I'm talking about. Women are blanket hoarders. I don't know what it is or why y'all are like this, but every girl that I have ever shared a bed with at some point always tries to claim territory over the entirety of the bed. Like it starts off 50-50, which at that point, I'm already going above and beyond if you ask me.
Facts.
Why? Because I'm bigger by like a lot. I'm 215 pounds, 6'5". So logically, I should already have rights to at least 65% of the bed and blankets. But even though I'm damn near 100 pounds heavier and a foot taller, technically we're the same amount of people. So she gets half. Fine. But no, women, never satisfied. By the end of the night, somehow she has claimed 80% of the bed and 90% of the blanket, leaving me just barely hanging on to the edge of the bed, half covered by the blanket, which I don't know if there is a sensation more maddening than being halfway covered by a blanket, right? Either no blanket or all the blanket.
Really
Halfway shit, nah. That. So I started taking back some of the blanket because I'm like, what the I'm Jamaican, you're white, your people come from the cold, I need this more than you. But of course, her inner woman won't allow her to release ownership of any of the blanket that she's already claimed as her property. So of course, my only other option was to get closer. Eventually, we were real close. Like her thick thigh was firmly pressed against my thigh, and as a black guy, that's my ultimate weakness. Thick thighs, it's like kryptonite. Even the strongest men cannot resist for long. So it didn't take much time after that for me to turn to her and be like, what's up? And then she was like,
what's up?
What's up? And then at that point, I realized I'm not a good guy. We get closer and closer. We lean in, and then
you went to sleep.
Hey, shout out to the best squad on the internet.
You know what? Yeah, that was a good.
That was pretty good.
I like the way he tells stories with the animations. I really do appreciate it.
Yeah, it's really good.
I wish I had animations to tell the stories I want to tell, but it ruins it now because I'm like ugly compared to him. But like, if you guys didn't see me, then it would be like, oh yeah. Alright guys, I'm not like he's like biggest fan. This is my first time seeing him, so anyone that wants to be like, I'm
watched like 3 videos.
First time seeing a picture of him. Yeah, people are like, oh, you're just such a. I'll say any guy's attractive if he's attractive. No homo though. I guess if I'm gay to you, I'm gay. I don't care at this point. I'm so comfortable. I don't care. I don't care. I'm so comfortable. I don't care. That was another good video about him. We will definitely be watching part 2.
Facts.
Very soon because I can't wait and I've got no patience. Like
the next one.
Yeah, like 2 hours to watch it. But that's another Unorthodox reactions. It's another Unorthodox outro. Hope you enjoyed it as much as we did.
Can you say code open at the end no more? It's not open. Code close.
Like as well, does it? We need to think of a phrase for that one, don't we?
In a bit.
Stay blessed if you're here still. We appreciate you. If you're not, we still appreciate you for checking out the video. Stay blessed and look after yourselves.
Peace.